the Thames Challenge Cup now. This is Riverside Boat Club USA A on the Berkshire Station, furthest away from you in the stripes, and Thames Rowing Club A on the Buckinghamshire Station. Now, Jim, there's quite a pedigree for Thames Rowing Club in their namesake event.
Isn't there just? So they won in 21, they've won in 18, they've won in 17. I remember that a few years ago. It was brilliant to a Thames Cup final with Thames A against Thames B. Well, you mentioned pedigree. There you go. The shot says it all.
So those were the scenes about 30 strokes into this race, which to get that much distance in an 8 in a matter of strokes is really sensational. I can't say that enough. But Jim, you know, it must be difficult here for the crew who've come all the way from the US to face up against Thames. What do you think is, you know, being said here by the Cox, Ali Sullivan from Riverside Boat Club?
Well, they're not giving up. They're still taking 35, 36 strokes from it, doing their absolute best. And there's an interesting parallel. So Riverside Boat Club row on the Charles River. There's many, many clubs that row in Cambridge in Massachusetts. It's like the Putney Embankment, where there's Thames and London and Veston, all those clubs seem today. And there's that great rivalry between the clubs. But as we talked about, and even in the last race, we saw the Thames crew. They're a great production line of some really good crews, and they've got and they're showing their class here.
They really are, and we saw the face there of Richard Hill in the Cox seat for Thames A. He was a semi-finalist in the Britannia Challenge Cup, which is the Cox Falls back in 2015, and now he's got the call up to steer Thames A down the course in this 8th event. Riverside Boat Club now. We saw Anthony Del Greco in the bow seat. We're moving all the way through to Armando Chavez in the stroke seat, looking at Ali Sullivan in the Cox's seat. And wow, the cheers for Thames keep coming, but Riverside, you know, they're going to have to do what they can with that. And
Thames having huge cheers. The tents on the left-hand side there, that's the Remnant Club. That's owned by 7 clubs on the Thames, of the River Thames, of which Thames Row Club is one. And they'll have been buoyed by that as they row past. But we shouldn't forget, Riverside have had a really good regatta. This is their 3rd round. They had a great win against Cambridge 99 on Wednesday, who they beat by 4 lengths, so a substantial victory. And then yesterday they beat Non-Such Rowing by 2 lengths. So they've done really well to get to this stage.
They have, but I feel like Thames A, certainly the favoured British crew coming into this event, and it's always difficult, I think, to measure that speed against the unknown international crews. But Thames A, I think, are going to be feeling pretty confident here, having seen that they can now paddle this final part of the course in this event.
Yeah, they beat Tyne yesterday, Tyne Rowing Club yesterday in a time of 6 minutes 31, sorry, 6:39 rather, which, if you look at the records, I think the fastest time is 6:06 for Thames Cup. Isn't particularly quick. However, for the conditions we have this year, that's pretty fast. And I think the indications are this is a really good crew.
Yeah, and absolutely love this shot that we're getting here of both of these crews and where they are on the course. And you can just, I guess, get the feel and the measure of Henley just from these shots here, the umpire, where they sit on the course in between those booms and piles. And you can see the signal marker for the 1 1/8 here, Jim, nearing the end of the course.
Oh, what a wonderful shot it is down. And here we are looking at the Thames crew. They've only got, what, about 200 metres to just go. I was looking at the length of the course earlier, 2,112 metres. It's about the length of 128, and here they are going to enjoy those last few strokes for probably another 4 or 5 lengths of an 8 until the finish line. Well,
if Thames Rowing Club can keep up this pace and prove to cross the line in the position that they're in at the moment, they will go on to face Leander Club in the semi-final, who had a stonking race earlier. So if you're going to be tuning back into the live stream, that's one I suggest you tune in for. It will be Thames Rowing Club versus Leander Club if this result stands, which I think, you know, barring any disaster here, 3 strokes before the line, it will be a win for Thames Rowing Club in the Thames Challenge Cup here on the Friday of Henley Royal Regatta, Riverside Boat Club USA. This will be home time for them in this Club 8 event.
Just as they came over the line, Riverside, that's an amazing hurrah, that last 10 strokes they took over to finish, and a really gutsy performance from them.